What's up, JR? Snowflakes. What up, Jack? Hey! 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 Chime on in, y'all. Salute to the folk. What's up, Romero? Hey, 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 we going in today. Hey, 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 we going in today. Oh, oh, turn up. What up, Zach? What up, bro? What to do with the phone? What to do with the business, man? You already know what it is, man. It's your boy DT3, the Boom Beezy, man. And I'm back at you again with another Boxing Talk podcast live stream. Boxing Talk 166. So Crawford, not a big name? So Crawford, not a big name. This man right here. I need y'all to take a good look at this dude right here. Since everybody wants to shit on this man right here. So he not a big name. This dude right here. This dude y'all looking at. Don't worry, I ain't gonna have y'all look at him the whole time. This is only for the beginning of this stream here. So this man right here is not a big name. This dude right here. I need somebody to help me understand that. Because I've been reading the comments. I read the comments, all that shit. All right, yeah. Where y'all at? Where y'all at? Chime on in. Y'all forgot how this shit work over here. Y'all forgot how this shit work over here. See, this shit don't work like the other YouTubers. See, you can't come to my videos, leave little comments and shit, say little fuck shit, and think that I'm not finna pull up and be like, okay, where y'all at now? Okay, where y'all at? Where y'all at? I gave y'all some time to reevaluate, reassess. Where y'all at? I'm sure y'all got a little lunch break. Y'all got your phones or something. So it's no reason why y'all can't pull up. And shout out to all my new subscribers, man. I appreciate all y'all that subscribe to the channel, man. I appreciate y'all, man. All the love, everything, man. It's greatly appreciated. Appreciate all the new subscribers. But I'm looking for all y'all little shit talking motherfuckers. Y'all keep forgetting how this work over here. Y'all think this is a phony, fake, put on a narrative bullshit YouTube channel. No. This is this real talk right here. So where are y'all that was sitting there making all those little comments about Crawford? Where y'all at? Come on. Because I'm not finna go comment for comment with you in the comment section. No, I'm not going to play that game with you. We can sit here. We can holler mano, e-mano right here, right now, playboy. Where y'all at? Don't worry. We only 7 minutes in, bro. I just got started. Y'all just got the intro. Y'all ain't even got me yet. See, this for all you new people, this is how it work over here. You can't sit there and put out propaganda and bullshit and think I'm not finna pull up and say some shit. No. That's not how this work over here. It's not how this work. So where are you Crawford haters at? All you Crawford narrative pushers at? What's up with you? What's up, DJ? Shout out to the UK. Where you at? Where are all y'all Crawford haters at? I'm waiting for y'all. It's like when I go live and I'm literally on y'all next, y'all. Nope. I don't pull up. Maybe a YouTuber or two might pull up, might have a ball to pull up. They might have something to say here or there. But where are you motherfuckers? Where y'all at? Because I'm finna cook today. I got a little time to cook, so I'm finna cook on some shit. I want to know where y'all at. We waiting on these Crawford haters. Don't worry, I'm gonna cook. Don't worry about it. I'm just waiting for the Crawford haters to come in. Because evidently, the few that's in here, they got love for you, boy. They support you, boy. They must not be on no Crawford hate bullshit. But I'm looking for you Crawford haters. I'm looking for y'all. And if y'all keep avoiding the smoke, I'm gonna end up starting calling you whole ass niggas out by names. I'm gonna end up going to the motherfucking comment section and just calling y'all out one by one. Getting on each one of y'all comments one by one. Because I ain't got time to be going back and forth with y'all in the comment section. So where are y'all Crawford haters at? Where y'all at? We still waiting. We not gonna wait for too much longer though. Don't worry. I just want to know. Since y'all hate this man so much, I need y'all to take a good look at him too. Where y'all at? I'm waiting. Because y'all got a lot of hate for this man. This man got to do so much for y'all. He got to go through so many fire hoops for y'all. He got to kiss so many asses for y'all. He got to do so much to appease y'all. But there are particular fighters that don't got to do that. There are particular fighters that don't got to do that. What to do with the phone? I'm highly upset about that shit. There are particular fighters in the sport of boxing that do not have to do nowhere near, don't got to do nowhere near as much work as Terrence Crawford. Who do I have pound for pound number one? That's an easy answer. Saul Canelo Alvarez. It's pound for pound number one. He been pound for pound for a long time. What's up, Ricardo? Tank Davis. Teofimo Lopez. Alexander Usyk. Saul Canelo Alvarez. Jamal Charlo. Vasily Lomachenko. Ryan Garcia. I hope I named enough fighters for y'all. Because those are all fighters that can move up in weight. Can move up in weight, no problem. Don't have to fight no marquee people or fighters at that particular weight. I don't got to do that. They just get the title. It just happens. Because he's not going to campaign, Ricardo. It's a good question. He's not going to campaign at the 135-pound division. What they're trying to do with Tank Davis is put him through division after division to make him look bigger than what he is, to keep him on that star status. Because he's an actual 130-pounder. Leonard Ellaby is quoted in saying that Gervonta Tank Davis is a 130-pound fighter. He is not a 35-pounder. He goes up to fight at 35 because there are bigger names in there. And from, I guess, I don't know for fact, but based on the way they move it, it must be bigger names and more opportunities for financial gain at 35 than at 130. So that's why they do a lot of talking about fighters at 35, because Tank evidently he can't fight at 35, and there's more gains from him to fight lucrative opponents to make a lucrative income at 35 than at 130. Tank Davis is the regular champion king, bro, Ricardo. Regular champion king. Y'all ain't peeped that shit yet. Y'all ain't calling that. I'm not saying y'all like people in the chat, but just people, period. Y'all not calling that out. That's beneath y'all for some reason to call that shit out. No, I'm not watching the zone right now. I'm talking to y'all, Jumbo. I get at the zone on another time because the zone will fuck around and try to flag me and shit. I'm not trying to have them do me like that. But Tank Davis is the regular title king. Every weight division, it's gonna be he gonna have the regular champion, the regular title, so they could say he's a multiple division champion. He's a regular champion at 130. I think he won a world title once at 130 when he fought Pedraza. So he got a regular title at 130, a regular title at 35, and he's gonna get another regular title at 140. So they're gonna be able to. But the market is that they're gonna sell is that he's a 3-division champion. That's the market how they gonna sell him, and all it's just gonna be a bunch of smoke and mirrors, bro. But Tank Davis can move up, fight for a belt. It's not a problem. Tank Davis ain't got to fight nobody. Tank Davis don't got to fight no name. Tank Davis could go right up to 135 and fight Vasily Lomachenko had he had a world and fight not Vasily Lomachenko. I'm gonna say he can fight Teofimo Lopez right now or Devin Haney right now. If they were to be able to make some shit work, they can make that shit happen right now. All good, no problem. No problem, no issue, no nothing. Nobody's going to say or argue that Tank ain't did shit at 35. The only person that Tank Davis fought at 35 is Yorkis Gamboa. He don't deserve a title shot. You ain't finna hear that shit. Anybody that say anything like that is going to be considered a hater on Tank Davis. Just like this shit with Teofimo motherfucking Lopez. But I'ma digress because that's like my that's my cherry right there. That's my cherry on top. But Vasily Lomachenko could fight at 30 pounds, 126 pounds. He win the belt there, right? Move up to 130, right? Move up to 130. Don't really got to fight top, just belts, just going straight for titles. He can go straight for belts. Don't really got to fight nobody significant to get to them. He can just go right to the belts, right? No problem. Nobody complaining. Nobody. All right? He can do that, no problem. Okay, cool. I don't knock that. Do your thug thing. If that's what you want to do, you can do that. It's all good. I don't have no problem with it. You can do that, no problem. Right? Like I said, so Tank Davis can go through multiple divisions. You don't got to fight the Comeys and the Nakatanis of the world. You don't got to do that. What's up, Nick? First lady in the building. I don't care how long she stayed. When y'all see her, y'all speak to her, man. That's the first lady. She been here since my very first live stream. That woman right there, Monique Thompson. She been there since my very first one. First one. Shout out to Monique Thompson, man. Hope you doing well, man. Shout out to the fan base. Hope everything is good for you, man. Stay safe. First lady in the building, man. Always pay her respect when you see her, man. But what I was saying was, so Tank Davis could go through multiple. You don't got to fight the Nakatanis and the You don't got to do that. No. He can go straight to the Ryan Garcias. He can go straight to the Devin Haney's. He can go straight to the Teofimo Lopez's. It's not a problem. And as a boxing fan, you shouldn't have a problem with that because that's the best fighting the best, right? Right. No objections. Okay, it's all good, right? Okay. But Teofimo don't got to do that. Teofimo could unify, be undisputed, at 35, right? He can do all that. You welcome. You always welcome, Nick. He could do whatever, right? Right. Okay. He could be undisputed and go right to 140 and fight the winner of Josh Taylor and Jose Ramirez. He ain't got to fight Pro Gray. He ain't got to fight nobody at 140. He ain't even got to go through Adrian Broner, who wants the so-called campaign at 140, who can't even make 140. He's the king of 144, 145 pounds because he can't do shit at 47. Maidana proved that Adrian can't do shit at 47. But Teofimo can do that shit. No problem. Teofimo don't got to fight nobody at 140. He could be undisputed and have only in one division, only a one division champion, one division undisputed, one division lineal, and he can go right to the next weight and fight the winner of the two top motherfuckers. No problem. Right? I don't have a problem with that. I think that's cool. But when we talking about Terrence Bud motherfucking Crawford, who is currently, prior to moving up to 147 pounds, right? He was a two division, two-time lineal, undisputed at 140 pound champion, right? For some reason, and this don't go for Teofimo, this don't go for Tank, this don't go for Ryan, this don't go for them. This rule don't apply. This Earl Spence, Jamal Charlo, Jermell, this Canelo, this rule don't apply for them. This don't apply for them. They don't have to. Nah, they don't want to do that. But if Terrence Crawford does it, it's a problem. It's an issue. Make that make sense for me. I just gave it to you. Canelo went up to 68, fought for world title. Canelo went up 75, fought for a world title. Teofimo finna go up. After he hopefully fight Devin Haney, he's supposed to go up, fight the winner of Jose Ramirez and Josh Taylor. So he get the fight in two back-to-back undisputed fights. He ain't got to go through nobody at 140. Nobody. He don't got to go through no steps, no hoops, no nothing. He ain't got to fight nobody to get to nobody. None of that. You was undisputed at 35. You can bump up and you fight the winner of undisputed at 140. No questions. It's not a fight. We're not arguing. It's no debate. It's none of that. But Terrence Crawford, who did the same shit. Same thing. He bump up. He got to go through all these loopholes, all this. It's all this. Bro, they playing y'all. Errol Spence, Sean Porter, Keith Thurman. Danny Garcia moved this whole ass up to 54. He ain't even fucking with 47 no more. Y'all got the game fucked up. What's up, Jedi? Man, bring your black ass up on this motherfucking panel, man. Quit playing with me. If you got some time for your mind, bro, bring your ass on this panel. Bring the force with your dog ass. Asapolis. That's only for the Jedi. I don't want to see nobody else but the boxing Jedi, bro. That's it. We need a balance in this bitch. Yeah, the zone do be flagging people, JR. I'm sorry I ain't got to the chat. My bad. Yeah, the zone do be flagging. The zone be flagging. That's why I don't, you know what I'm saying, really rock with the zone as far as like talking about them on the live stream and like that, because I don't want to get flagged because the zone is really watching shit. I don't want to deal with that. You know what I mean? I saw what they did to D. Jeff. I don't like what they did to him. I felt like that was fucked up. I feel like that was hella fucked up. Shout out D. Jeff. But either way, like I was saying, all these other fighters could do that fuck shit. No problem. We don't argue. We say that's great for boxing. It's all good. Tank Davis move up, fight Ryan Garcia, ain't did nothing at 35. Nothing. Ain't fought Coleman. Ryan Garcia. The biggest name Ryan Garcia got is who? Who? Don't worry, I'll wait. Don't worry. You got an echo, Jedi.
All right, we good? Can you hear me?
I hear you, but you got a little echo a little bit.
Hold on for 1 second.
Who's the biggest name that Ryan Garcia got at 35? Don't worry, I'm waiting. Somebody got to answer. Oh, so we don't know nothing today.
All right, we good now?
Yeah, we smooth, bro.
All right, cool. How you doing, brother?
Man, I'm good, bro. May the force be with you, my brother.
You too, my brother. They talking shit about baby Hearns, man.
Man, look, man, I'm just so tired of like, bro. Look, you see how Teofimo, right? He only got what, like 16, 17 fights,
Yeah,
and he's technically the undisputed champion at 35, right?
yeah.
And he's already being depicted to fight the winner of Josh Taylor and Jose Ramirez, right?
Yep.
He don't got to go through nobody at 35 to get that fight, right? He could just move up
Nope.
and get that, no problem, right?
Yep. No obstacles, no nothing. Right.
No nothing. It's no bullshit, no this, no that. He got to fight none of that. He could just get that. Easy work, no problem. And he could become a 2-division undisputed champion in 2 fights, right? Back to back.
Correct.
Okay, so why can't Terrence Crawford, who prior to being the welterweight world champion was a 2-time lineal and undisputed at 140, he moved up to 47, and now all of a sudden he got to fight Tom, Dick, Harry, Joe, Billy, Bob, Jason, Ken, Derek, Ricardo, Mondo, Jedi.
So the question is, right? I see where you're going with this, and it makes perfect sense, bro. Like, okay, we're gonna have that same, like, this era says, the same energy, right? You can have and just make this shit happen for fucking Ryan Garcia or whoever the fuck is gonna be fighting next, and who they're supposed to be fighting. All of a sudden, there's some pauses, there's some obstacles, some fucking buildings, a couple of trains to catch, maybe some planes for fucking Terrence Crawford to fight. I mean, what's going on, kid? And that makes perfect logical sense that you're asking these questions, because I've been asking these shits for a minute now. Like, this fight is already, what, two and a half years late?
This is, and they already said that Manny Pacquiao and Floyd, they fought way too late. They fought like 5 years too late.
Word.
You know, it wasn't the fight that it could have been. You know what I'm saying? And everybody keeps saying that Floyd aged Manny out, but people stop saying Floyd aged Manny out. Floyd is like 2 years older than Manny, so stop saying that. I just think Floyd waited to maximize the dollar. He wanted to get the most money he could possibly get out of it. He didn't care about putting on the show. He just cared about getting the most money out of it.
Yeah, we can't blame him.
Yeah, that was it. That was his way to just like keep y'all waiting, because he knew once that fight was signed, sealed, and delivered, y'all was finna go right in y'all fucking pockets and pay for it. I didn't, but I know y'all. You know what I'm saying? A lot of y'all did. I didn't pay for it. I
got a refund. I got fucking refund. You know what I did? I think it was like on the 9th round. I unplugged that shit so that way they could get the signal that it was disturbed.
Oh wow!
And then I watched the rest of it because it rebooted, and I called them in. They was like, "Oh, sorry for the inconvenience, sir. We will refund you $99.95." I was like, "You better, motherfuckers," because this shit is a hug fest, son.
Yeah, it was bullshit, but that's why I'm saying, like, I just feel like it's bogus, because you got, like I said, Teofimo can move up, no problem. Tank Davis can move up through multiple divisions and be the regular champion king, no problem. Nobody argues that. Anybody do argue that, oh, you a hater, you a coon, oh, you this and you that, blah, 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 blah.
That's because they don't understand. And they don't want to see their man get beat up. So they'll make him sound it's like a dude talking shit. And you know how you in the middle holding him back because you know he gonna get fucking beat up, right? And you're telling him, yo, chill. And he's like talking mad shit just because you holding him back. And then when you finally say, you know what, bro? Since you won't shut up, you want it. And you step to the side, then he just freeze. And the next dude's getting closer and closer to him. And then you get the shit beat out of him. Well, that's exactly what's going on here with these motherfuckers. You know, you can say that your fighter's tough. Oh, Errol Spence Jr. is this. Errol Spence Jr. has not taken the test yet, bro. And if people want to talk shit about Terrence Crawford, okay, no problem. Look at Terrence Crawford's fight selection from 147 on how rough it's been for him. And then look at fucking Errol Spence Jr. if you take away motherfucking Brooke. Ask yourself this question: what the fuck have they really done? Then when you look at Errol Spence Jr.'s fight selection in who? In fucking Garcia, in fucking who have they fought? Exactly. If you want to go to Mikey Garcia, not at 147, nobody. Exactly. I mean, think of it. This is all cream puff, bro. This is all cream puff shit, dog. And they ducking Terrence hard because they know he got that skill. And you know what? It's just showing me that if this man retires without fighting Errol Spence Jr., it was never his fault.
Of course, it was never his fault. And this is like, it is. I don't even want to get started on Mikey, because when Keith Thurman, Errol Spence, and even Danny all said some shit pertaining to fighting Mike, why he won't fight Mikey? Who the fuck is Mikey Garcia in the welterweight division?
Nobody.
Who?
Yeah, whisper in the wind, dog. Come on, so who has he fought after? Think about it, at 147, dog. Go back down. Go back down, son. Go back down to your two-weight classes, dog.
Because this is the same man that ducked Loma, that went up to 47 because he didn't want that Loma smoke.
Man. Oh, shit, man. And you know what, bro? I guarantee you, after this fight, after he supposedly unifies, because that's what he's going to call a full, that's what PBC and all these guys are going to call a full unification, because they're totally trying to admit the WBO. So they're going to say, okay, Errol Spence fully unified the three, bullshit, which he didn't, and he's going to move up. Watch.
That's what I said. I said, this is what's going to happen. Jermell Charlo, mark my words, Jermell Charlo is going to end up becoming undisputed at 154. I believe he'll do it. I believe it's going to happen. Since Jamal is on this Benavidez, Canelo chasing hype shit, building his name up off of Benavidez and Canelo, that's how he's staying relevant. And they at 68, he gonna move his big ass on up to 68. Jermell gonna slide his ass right on up to 160, and then you just gonna gradually see Earl just go up to 54. And you ain't even gonna notice it, and it is gonna be like, oh, Earl went to 54 because Bud ducked him. Bud did one of his, bro. It's gonna be some bullshit, bro.
They gonna try to reverse that shit when we know exactly what happened, and what happened was
exactly what happened. And it's just like, bro, they just don't want to fight, bro. It's just like, and Earl just got in a car accident, bro. Think about it. You really finna, if your guy just got in a bad wreck like that, you finna put him in there with Bud anytime soon? Real rap, are you?
I'm sorry, what was the question?
If Earl is your fighter, bro, right. He just had that car accident, and you got Bud Crawford waiting for you. You're not finna put him in there.
Not yet. Nah, I'm not gonna put him in just yet, right? But I'll put him in after 2 or 3 fights.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. He gotta wait at least a good 2 or 3 more fights. That's another year or 2.
Yeah, just about, man. The way they going, yup. I see exactly what you're saying, man. There's more waiting, more stalling, more excuses. And what makes me laugh is that you have these guys that come with the excuses. Oh, but I'm saying though, if Bud does beat him, he wasn't at 100, because I'm like, first of all, bro. I mean, listen, if he's 2 or 3 fights in and he decides to fight Bud, bro, if anything, you should commend. I would commend Errol Spence and be like, no doubt.
I would too.
You know what I'm saying? I would, but not no 2 or 3 years from now, though. This shit got to happen within the end of this year, bro. Or you know what I'm saying, sometime in the beginning of next year. But it's got to happen. It can't enter 2 more years, bro, because I'm not going for this Mayweather Pacquiao shit where we got to wait again, man.
Mm-hmm. And these dudes is older. You know what I'm saying? What they going to do, wait till they 40?
Yup. And then what's funny is that watch the Errol Spence fucking fans and the Bud Crawford fans have a fucking war, right? Remember with the motherfucking Pacquiao and the Mayweather wars, or how racial it got. What? But now it's gonna be 2 black brothers, right? It's gonna be 2 black Americans. They're gonna find every opportunity and every angle to try to turn this shit racial. So you know what they're gonna do? They're gonna call Bud Crawford the coon. You know that. And they're gonna call Errol Spence Jr. the real black American, just like they're doing with Wilder and fucking Joshua. They always find a way.
And that's what makes this stupid, Jedi, is because with Joshua you could kind of pull that, because Joshua is over on the other side, he on the UK side.
Yeah, but he's still a brother, though.
But they both American. Crawford and Errol, they both American, they both black, they both come from the struggle. How you gonna shit on 2 dudes? Both dudes come from the struggle. Both of them. So we gonna shit on Crawford because he don't talk shit. We shitting on Crawford because he don't talk shit about motherfuckers, because he not all in the media. He not on his all in the videos, all in the shows, all in the background. He want to be on death row. Crawford on this death row shit. You know what I'm talking about, Jedi.
Oh yeah, bro. Hell yeah. It's fucking funny, man. Yo, they started that a long time ago. As soon as Bud Crawford came in, they were like, "Oh, Bud need to go here. He need to come to PBC." I'm like, "No, the fuck he don't." Because what's gonna happen is, remember, once upon a time there was a guy named Guillermo Rigondeaux, right, who was real hot and shit, but then he fucking faded his light and his glory by what? By money hunting. My man was check hunting. So he had a good following in Macau, China, being the co-fucking the event under Pacquiao's cards at most points, right? So he had a decent following, and then he was gaining a lot of. But what did he do? He went and said, "I want to catch an Al Heyman check." So he left Top Rank thinking Al Heyman was going to pick him up. They didn't. He went through a contractual dispute with them. Of course, he fucking lost. Then who picked him up? It was fucking Rock Nation. What did they do with his ass? They shelved him, right? And then finally, he got where he wanted to go, which was Al Heyman, PBC. But guess what? He wasn't worth as much as he was when he first started. So, and to this day, this nigga still got dust. So, this is what's going on, bro. It's fucking ridiculous, man. And they can't do this shit to Crawford. Crawford can speak, but so much. It's up to the other dance partner to agree. And we've seen the extent of how far it's gone, where these motherfuckers were face to face on a fucking Ellie setback video. Fuck that fucking cheese blockhead motherfucker. But I'm just saying, you know what I mean? He got on that, and he was in. He told them, even Bob Arum told them, "Yo, Al is smart keeping you away from Bud." So it's like, and all Bud Crawford, all Terrence Crawford, Errol Spence Jr. wanted to do was get at Terrence Bud Crawford's fucking entourage, his boy, that was saying, yup. Meanwhile, Terrence Crawford's like, when we fighting? And I always bring this up. If you take a good look at that fucking little, that long ass, it was pretty long, that face to face or whatever, you can hear, first of all, they made $1 million bet. This is one of the reasons why I feel, and take a good look at that, DT3. I need you to take a good look at that, my brother. Go take a good look at that, everybody. Go take a good look at that. They made $1 million bet, dog, and they shook hands on it. This is why I think Errol Spence Jr. don't want to fight. This is one of the reasons. You think I'm fucking kidding? You know how motherfuckers get down on betting and boxing. And these motherfuckers made $1 million bet. If you ain't sure yourself, what would you do? Exactly what Errol Spence Jr. is doing. Ducking, dodging, making excuses. You know what I'm saying? So that's just my assessment on what they doing to Bud Crawford, man. They're trying to shelve him and shit. But meanwhile, Bob Arum was like, I love the kid, but I'm bringing him money. Now it's time for him to get out that stage where he's not bringing me money. But this is what Arum's not understanding either. If you can understand that you can't make big fights and give in fucking threats to fucking Hearn of and I love me some Top Rank, dog, but I'm just saying I can't be biased on this shit. Where you're gonna be like, oh, the other fight is not gonna happen. The Fury, get the fuck out of here, bro. You bugging the fuck out. So now you got to look at it where it's like, does it make sense now? Does all this shit make sense yes, it makes sense on Top Rank's behalf. It don't make sense on PBC's behalf. As a matter of fact, PBC, Golden Boy, and I think one more promotion out there haven't been looking very good lately because they don't make no sense, man. You trying to give us these fucking serial face fighters and shit, and these niggas, oh, I'm the best. Nigga, show us. We giving you money like you. That's what I'm saying. We giving you money like you the best. Show us, nigga.
For real. Cause all that bullshit, all this talking, all this hyping up, and I go to that interview a lot because Errol Spence told y'all. He told you who was in his future.
Yes, yes.
And the cool part about it, he doing it. It's not like he telling you and he's not doing it, and it's not like nothing or giving you any indications that that's what he's doing. He told you, and he doing it because that was before he fought Mikey Garcia.
Yep, and he said Garcia was on there. We all thought it was Danny. Nope, it was Mikey. It was Mighty Mouse.
Right. You got Mikey. He talking about, he said Keith Thurman. He ain't fought Keith Thurman yet, and he ain't fought Manny Pacquiao, but he fought Sean Porter. He already took the easy route.
Yep.
Took Sean Porter, and he got and who else he got? And Mikey Garcia. So now we waiting on Keith Thurman, and he got Danny. and he got Danny. Now we waiting on Keith Thurman and Manny Pacquiao.
Yep. You ain't lying.
Then what he
son.
gonna do? And
Hold
he
up.
ain't gonna be real with you. Errol Spence, and I'm gonna say this: the only reason why Errol Spence will fight Manny Pacquiao is because of his name. Manny don't got shit no more. He don't got nothing. There's nothing that Manny has aside from I can get a check from that. Because he don't got no belt. He has nothing. Errol Spence don't need Manny Pacquiao because his goal is, like he said, his goal is to be undisputed. Manny Pacquiao is no longer a part of that now. Manny Pacquiao don't got no belts.
That's true. That's true. But Manny Pacquiao has built his name for prestige. Not saying that any fighter, because no fighter's name is bigger than the sport, but he has put himself up there, you know, as to a Mayweather, where he can make a good marquee fight and make millions for himself and for his dance partner. You know what I'm saying? So that's pretty good if he wanted to do that, or if Errol Spence was thinking about having, you know, a little bit of, you know, a consideration of retiring with big money. So that's one fight that he could lean back on, you know what I'm saying? And fall back and be like, okay, well, you know what? I made about 10 mil off this fight. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? It all depends. Me personally, if Pacquiao is still competing and still beating these young boys, he's still good. With or without a title. That's really, you know, it's, and you know, besides, Pacquiao would actually be considered a contender as well. So for me, Pacquiao having no strap is still good. It's still because of the pedigree. It's not also fighting the man for his name. You're also going to learn a lot off that fight. You know, you know, you're going to learn a lot off that fight. But I see where you're getting at, though. I see exactly what you're saying. You know, as to the undisputed picture, Manny Pacquiao does not fit in. No doubt he does not. Because he has no strap.
I mean, you could fight him in a sense to say, like, I fought him, beat him, or I fought him or whatnot.
Yes.
But I feel like if that's what he really trying to do is just be undisputed, if that's what his focus is, he don't have to fight Manny. He can go right into fighting Ugas and then beat Ugas and then go into the Crawford fight like right after. And then if the Manny fight is there, that'll be, I mean, now this is where I would say he could fight, man. That'd be a good first title defense as an undisputed champion. To me, if the fight is there, it's a good title defense.
That would be a beautiful, prestigious title defense in the future when we take a look at it, right? Like, okay, who's his first title defense? First of all, you're supposed to want this motherfucker, like you just mentioned, you know, like let's just say if he does, you know, if he beats Ugas, right? He beat Ugas, then all of a sudden, oh shit, I want to fight Terrence Bud Crawford next to finally unify. Bro, that's a great move. You could talk, man. Win or lose, you could still talk shit and say this man decided right after he fought Ugas and beat him and partially unified to try to go for the next one. And he fucking called them out and he shut everybody up. But you know what? That's not going to happen, dog. This is why I get mad at these Errol Spence Jr. fans, these Wilder fans, all of these fucking pom-pom waving ass niggas, bro. It's like, bro, get off the cock saddle for a second and understand. If you really, really, really about your fighter, you know, being prestigious and having a legacy, then don't be scared of that motherfucker to fight somebody that you say that he would look good on posters and shit. But what about in the ring? How about that motherfucker punching your motherfucker in the face and he returning the favor? How about that? How about watching that, bro? How about watching your man get knocked on his ass and he could eat that shit and get up and put that man back on his ass? What happened to that? It's not going to happen, though, because they rather have niggas like a motherfucking collectible. Oh, he got the title. He stays right there. Okay. What else does he do?
Let me get to this chat real quick. What's up, Daniel Marino, Rachel, James Bill, Deal, Will Cash, what to do with the folk? Morehouse, what's popping? Gabe Lopez, what to do with the folk? My nigga, if he don't get no bigger. What's up with my nigga dudes? Saying cute. Hey, if you can make that happen, hit my email. I'll put my email in the chat or something. Hit my email up. Andre Lewis, what's up, Dre?
Dre, what's going on, my brother Dre?
What's up, Serge? I see you. We good, bro. What's up, Deuce? What's up with my nigga Deuce?
Man, cooler, man. What's good, man?
Bro, I'm just cooking on Crawford and shit, bro. Just cooking.
Good, man. I just popped back in the house and you was live. Figure out, let me see what you cooking on.
Nah, you know how I'm just, you know how, and you gonna know exactly what I'm talking about. You know how they giving Crawford all these stipulations and all these obstacles and the hoops and shit he got to go through and shit, right? Just to get a fight with
what
these top
stipulation
niggas.
haven't they given the nigga?
Right.
Word.
Right. So, but look though, but we got Josh Taylor. We got Josh Taylor and Jose Ramirez, bro, fighting for undisputed, right? And Teofimo, who is only undisputed in quote unquote by their
He
term.
not undisputed.
I don't think undisputed, but he
not
can move
undisputed.
up and get the winner of that fight with no problem. He ain't got to fight no pro grade. He ain't got to go through no loops and hoops and all that bullshit. And he can go right into getting another undisputed title in another weight class, no problem. Tank Davis is the king of the regular champions, my nigga. And he can go from different divisions from 130 to 35 to 40, even though you already know, we already discussed that they probably going to really fight at 35. They just saying it's going to be at 140, but he really probably going to be at 135. He going to drain the shit out of him. But they going to push Tank Davis through multiple weight divisions and make it seem like he can just fight anybody, any weight divisions and jump through no hoops, no nothing. He ain't got to fight. He don't got to fight the Comays and Nakatanis at 35 to get a fight with Teofimo or nobody like that. He ain't got to do that shit. But Terrence Crawford, he got to jump through all these fire hoops and do all this shit and move. And we got a couple of people on the tube that's promoting the narrative that we know that be pushing that shit.
Yo, it ain't a couple. It's a lot of dudes. And it's a lot of dudes with big channels that say they unbiased that be doing that shit too. My whole thing is, when it come to boxing, dog, it's only right and wrong. And if you're not living within the realms of right and wrong, you all the way foul for speaking any type of other fallacies or being contrite in any way. Cause like my whole thing is this, bro. What more can the dude do? Like, what more can he do? He's on one promotional outfit, but he wants to fight all y'all dudes. All y'all dudes on one side of the street, and y'all don't want to fight him. Now, see, I done had this conversation so many times. I'm gonna just say this, and then you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna let y'all have it back. Like, yo, I'm done tired. I'm done tired of talking about this shit. I'm done trying to figure it out. Because look, you're not the problem. Jedi's not the problem here. It's all the other channels that put another narrative to it than what it really is. So if everybody's not saying like, yo, this nigga's out here doing everything, nobody else, why is it all on him? What can this man do? This nigga can't move mountains, bro. He can only do what's in his power. So why am I going to keep talking about it? Because apparently boxing just loves to hear about fights that are never going to happen, bro. And then you ridicule a man for fighting people that are in his control and not fighting something that's beyond his control. That's why I don't like the corny shit, dog. It's the whole Terrence Crawford shit. I'm Team Crawford because I look at all the facts. If you Team Spence for every other reason, you the problem with boxing too. So that's why I don't talk about Terrence Crawford. Because if you praise him, you dick riding. Man, boxing is just a corny game, man. It's a corny game.
What up? What's going on, Two Hands? How you doing, bro?
Jedi, what's good, brother? How you feeling?
Chilling, enjoying the weekend, man. Just flicking motherfuckers the bird and shit. This is dope out here.
Man, that's why I'm rolling up this blunt right now, because just like hearing this shit, right? Because it's just like, yo, I know a lot of people that know a lot of things about the sport and pay attention to consistently everything that's moving in the sport 24/7. But the conversations be redundant as shit. Like we always arguing and expending our energy verbally on dudes that's never gonna fight, yo. Like I'm here to tell you that fight is never gonna happen.
Never.
Boom. Now,
I said the same shit.
Boom.
I said the same shit.
Jedi. If somebody say they're not gonna fight you for no less than 70-30, keep playing with me. I ain't gonna fight you. I want fucking 80-20. What does that mean?
That means they ain't never gonna fight me, kid. They ain't even gonna say scared or no, but they making excuses and not to fight. They trying to put that in the way to make sure that the fight ain't gonna happen because you know it's goddamn why I ain't taking no 20s to whoop that ass. Unless I was really about it and I say, you know what, I'll take that and shut them down and then come back. But that's not gonna happen because they know that, you know, Bud Crawford is one that'll do that. He'll be like, yeah, I'll take that. I got no problems taking that.
It's like, yo, like it's like when somebody it's no different than all right, prime example. This same time 2019, right? What was it? 2019? It might have been 2019 or 2020. Yeah, it was 2019. when Deontay Wilder was talking all that big Willie shit about $50 million, and John Skipper and Eddie Hearn and them put together that $100 million deal, Lou DiBella brought him to the table and everything. Man, that nigga whole energy changed. His whole energy changed. Like everything about it, like you, Anthony Joshua and Eddie Hearn, and they doing something wrong for offering you $120 million, and you ain't never got out of 10,000 seats. It's the same move, bruh. No matter how low, how high and how low you shoot it on my end, if I acquiesce and say, man, I'm with the shit, you're gonna switch up and say, yo, I broke my ankle tomorrow, yo, something wrong with my daughter. Like it's gonna be something, bro. That's just how it goes, bro. Because if a nigga offer you $120 million and you don't fight him, and you ain't even tasted 30, what does that tell you? Man, he got that boy heart, man. It's something about Terrence Crawford. He got his heart. And people can't say, they can't be mad at you if you agree. They can't be mad at you, Jedi, if you agree. Because these are the facts. Why won't you fight the boy?
Yep.
You said it out your own mouth. I put together a half-an-hour video. I showed you that L said out his own mouth that this man said the people, it's a big fight because the people drinking the Kool-Aid. So why aren't you fighting?
Right.
Damn. To answer your question, Rachel, I don't think he was genuine with the offer because Crawford already came out and said he don't care about 50, he don't care about that. He just wanted to make the fight. He already said that. And then everybody was saying how he wasn't marketable after that. So I think he just saying that as a sense to stall and for his fan base to be like, well, he giving him this and he's supposed to take this and he's the champ and he the A side, so he better take whatever the A side give him, and they playing that game. I don't think it's really genuine. I think it's all a game. I think it's just all smoke and mirrors, bunch of bullshit that they playing, just basically postpone the fight that they know ain't finna happen.
Well, it's because they want to make Errol Spence look just like Golden Boy got that agenda to make fucking Canelo the best Mexican fighter ever, and they going high and low. A lot of motherfuckers don't see what we see because we walk, you know what I'm saying, this earth with no veils, covering, you know what I'm saying, our truth. So when we say this, motherfuckers get mad. That's your problem. Deal with it, because at the end of the day, it's all gonna come out. Then now, when you take a look at PBC's agenda in the welterweight division, is to make Errol Spence Jr. the best welterweight that they've ever had, try to, you know, overshadow Sugar Ray Leonard and the rest of them. And that's never going to happen simply because, and it'll always be, you ready? His fight selection. That's what the problem is, bro.
Man, look, you never going to be able to build a fight stable off juice. It's not going to happen. I don't care how much juice you say your fighter got. He got to prove it, man. You never going to be able to build that off of that. Yeah, they so stupid, they had a dude built all off gas. He messed up $120 million. So if y'all that stupid, that just show you gas never gonna work. Period. I don't care if he knocked down everybody over at the PBC. That's a tribal situation. I could easily make an excuse and say, well, if he beat everybody at the PBC, I mean, well, shit, you know what I mean? I find that about as suspect as that body shot Jamel Charlo hit Banana Rosario with. You know
Amen. Amen, dog. How you go down?
I'm just saying, if you never fight nobody outside of your so-called bandmates, bro, that would be like if we all was playing in the Olympics or whatever, right? And we showed up with the USA gear on. That's basically what that is. And we started competing against each other. Either way, you can't lose.
Yeah.
Right, so what am I saying? So what does that mean? You only willing to stay within the realm of your comfort zone. You only, man, look, man, it's no different than when your aunt telling you, yo, don't go down the street messing with them boys, man. They don't play down there. And you
Right.
I don't know what people like. There's no way I could spin it. There's no way I could flip it. There's no way I could make it any more clear than what you see is what you get. And if you formulate an opinion already that's like that there's all these roadblocks and you want to put in your mind that it's this management team and this and all of that, yo, that's on you to do so. I'm not going to hold your hand that far. I'm going to tell you. I look at a person's energy and I'm telling you what they want to do. And he don't want to fight. He don't. No, man, no, look, the only thing, he should have kept embarrassing him. He should have kept his foot on the gas when he was in Twitter. His sister was disrespecting him and all of that. He should have kept going that route because there's no coming back from being chastised and utter humiliation, bro.
Yep.
I would have kept it like that. You got to keep it gangster, bro. Look, at the end of the day, you fighting. This ain't, I don't care if you want to call it boxing, you want to put a spin of a sport on it. Man, you dealing with a lot of high stakes emotions, man.
Yep.
Blood.
Oh, yeah.
Like blood, guts. This, like, yo, losing a fight is the worst thing you can, like, yo, this the hardest thing to come from. Because another man just overpowered you. It's a lot to think about, yo. It ain't just losing a fight and potentially losing some money. It's losing a lot more than that, man. These dudes, man, look, man, they know that. They know that. Their whole business model is like, yo, y'all already said it, man. I'm just piggybacking, just frustrated because we've been doing this shit for 2 years now, man. No, fuck that. We've been doing this shit since 2018. It's been going on. Outside of us, since 2018, people had hopes that these two guys would possibly meet up and fight. We in 2021. We closing in. We closing in on the summer of 2021 already. You're never gonna see it.
Yeah. What's up with Morehouse, bro? Shout out to Morehouse, his new guest on the panel. I know you got a new channel set up, bro. Let the people know who you are, and if you ain't subscribed, bro, slide over, subscribe to my man channel, man. He got a boxing channel that he got for y'all folks, man. What to do with the folk?
Hey, what's good, everybody out there? I hope everybody's doing well. It's my first time jumping in, man. I'm a fan. I've been listening.
Yeah, I've been watching you too.
You sure? You sure?
I watched a couple of your videos.
All right, man. I appreciate it, but I just want to piggyback on something that I was listening to, and I think Jedi caught my ear when he said all this the 50-50 stuff. Remember back when Wilder had the 1 belt and Joshua had the 3 belts? They were all pissed off that Joshua wasn't offering 50-50. And now it's the same thing. Spence got more belts, and it's the same situation. They're crying the other way.
It's the same thing, different toilet.
Good point.
Yo, beyond that, how do you let a dude, how does the public let a dude get away with coming out and saying to your Denny as you guys, oh, all you had to do was get something I wanted. And it's basically on and popping. When Terrence Crawford had the WBO since 2018, like how do you let a dude slide with that type of behavior? And he don't want to fight, man.
That's what I'm saying, bro. They be letting them slide. They be letting these dudes get away with stuff. And Morehouse, I know you heard me. They let fighters like Tank, T.O., Canelo, Jamal, Jermell, like these Usyk, they let these fighters can move up and they could just fight maybe 1 or 2, or maybe could get that big fight right away. And it's not a problem. No obstacles, no fire hoops, no cartwheels, no backflips, no nothing. But for some reason, Terrence Crawford got to do all this. He got to fight all these people. He got to fight Porter. He got to fight Thurman. He got to fight this. He got to fight this. He got to fight that.
Nothing but roadblocks. Nothing but roadblocks. You can give Spence a pass on coming back from his accident and fighting Danny Garcia. That's the only pass you can give him. I don't even want to see him fight Ugas. He's got 2 fights in my mind. He's either got to fight Thurman or he's got to fight Crawford. And if he ain't fighting either one of them, he's got to move up. I don't even want to see him fight Ugas. I'm sick of all these fighters coming out here saying, oh, the belts don't matter. The belts don't matter. But then when the story switches, everything else switches. I mean, it just don't make sense. It don't make sense at all. And I'm tired of hearing these people say, oh, he's on the other side of the street. He's on the other side of the street. Well, make an offer then. Make a reasonable offer to bring him over. All the other promoters, we've seen Eddie Hearn offer Jose Ramirez a big chunk of money to come over and fight Hooker one time, and then he got to go right back to ESPN. Why can't something like that happen?
Because the only hands that are being held are those that are scared. That's the facts of life. You're not holding the individual hand unless you got to guide them, unless you holding it down for safety. They are holding this man's hand for safety. Like, let's just look at the facts of everything that's going on, right? The WBO never got disavowed until Terrence Crawford was in the picture. They threw up a WBA regular belt. They completely kept Terrence Crawford out of the 147 crop of champions on Fox. They've even went as far as jumping on TV, on radio stations, and saying that they're going to try to start their own league. They don't care nothing about the WBO belt. So if all of a sudden certain belts don't matter when it comes to certain individuals, because when it comes to other individuals, you'll be more than happy to go grab that belt. But the WBO don't matter when it comes to Terrence Crawford. But the WBA, I mean, the biggest joke since Rodney Dangerfield, the WBA belt. Are you kidding me? That has relevance? Okay, great. I mean, these dudes are a joke, man. That's why I tell people, man, put your faith in what's really going on, because if they wanted to fight, it's nothing to make a one-off. It's nothing to make it happen.
Nothing. And Rach says, how come Ugas is not called an email champ like Haney? Boxing is full of inconsistencies. What do y'all think of that?
Oh no, I strongly believe that Ugas is not worthy of that title. It was given to him. This is why we're not even speaking of Ugas, because he's irrelevant at this point. I mean, the only relevance he has is to the fight fans that love Errol Spence Jr. and that are hoping that he has. Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? So it's on some shit where it's like we're not really gonna talk about him because there's really no relevance behind him right now. If you really take a look at it, I mean, we all know he's gonna lay down and give that title up. He ain't gonna actually fight now. Come on.
Now see,
he's gonna hold. He
got skills. He beat Sean Porter. The fact of the matter is, Ugas is never going to be in a situation on the PBC where it favors him to even where it matters if he has a belt. For one, he's a foreign fighter that can't speak the language. No matter if he got the swag and all of that stuff, that's just two strikes against him when you over there with Errol Spence and they trying to they got their whole budgeting machine behind that. That's just the facts of life, man. That's what it is. Because if it came down to skill and all of that stuff, man, a lot of these fighters wouldn't be in the position they in, man.
And the shitty part is, with a lot of these so-called boxing fans that are out there, I think we all know who we're talking about. If Ugas and Spence fight, they're gonna eat it up and they're gonna act like that's the biggest fight since Frazier and Ali. That's the shitty part about this.
They are.
The crazy thing is Ugas will whoop his ass though.
Oh shit! That's so factual, bro.
That's the second coming of Jesus fight. They go, he fighting Ugas. He fighting Ugas. Ooh, Ugas is the top. He topped that.
Go back and watch some of these championships, bro. Some of these PBC championship fights, man. And look at what really be going on, how these dudes get normalized in the ring by, you know what I'm saying? So what's supposed to be considered less of company. These dudes get styled on by the most average opponents all the time. Man, these dudes got so many chinks in their armor, man. I'm trying to tell you, bro. All you got to do, go back and watch Banana Rosario versus Jamel. Go back and watch a handful of freaking Jamal Charlo's fights. Go back, man, look. You'll see it. Go back and watch Sean Porter versus Eugenius Ugas. You'll see the holes. You'll see the holes, and you'll see why it's cradle the baby, give them some milk. Because the activity, there ain't that. You don't have that saving grace when you step outside of that sandbox, man. And that sandbox being promotional outfits.
Yo, if Ugas gives that belt to Spence, I hope he gets paid a shit ton of money for it.
He will.
You know?
He will. He'll get enough to satisfy him in the sense of he'll be Cuban rich.
Yep.
That's some fucked up shit.
Y'all gotta understand, he'll be Cuban. Just like when Floyd paid Maidana, he got Argentinian rich. He went over there.
That nigga got rich. He got rich.
What does that pay-per-view do though? If that fight happens, everybody's saying, Spence sells more pay-per-views than Canelo and put more asses and seats in Canelo.
Hold on. That's the weakest loop. See, this is how dumb boxing fans are. Spence don't sell more than Canelo. They're talking about a gate. And then they talking about, and look at the times when Canelo was fighting compared to when Spence had his fight.
Yeah.
It was at different times when the pandemic, the levels of, freaking whatever, post whatever awareness, you know the shit, the disease awareness and all of that shit was going on. It was just a completely different time. The climate was just completely different. So of course, it seemed like Errol Spence outsold Canelo. We don't know how many seats were in attendance when Canelo fought Callum Smith, because those are the only numbers that you could base it off. Callum Smith versus Canelo compared to DSG versus Errol Spence, when we know that was pay-per-view and they had a set number of seats out there where people could view it. So that's a bullshit loophole, and anybody who falls into that needs to slap the shit out themselves, because there is never a day that Canelo would get outsold by Errol Spence. I'm sorry. All of them chicken dinner analogies, and this dude can't even sell a chitlin dinner himself.
Yes, Garcia, Danny Garcia and Spence, I don't even think they broke 250. So Spence and Ugas, they're gonna be like 150, and half of that goes to the network.
Yeah, no one know who Ugas is comparing to him and Danny. If you compare Ugas to Danny, it's like no one knows who really Ugas is, and I think they're gonna really have to promote and sell Ugas a lot for that fight, more than they had to sell Danny, because Danny is already, people know Danny more so than Ugas and all that. So I think it's gonna be a hard tough
loud emojis really cash in on crack streams, because that's where all that fucking viewership is going. I'm telling you right now. I hope you can cash in on emojis on crack stream, Errol Spence, because you ain't getting no money off this shit. I promise you that. You know what I mean? Now, for hardcore boxing fans, it's a good fight. It's a way better fight than people probably would anticipate and give it credit for. But at the same time,
that's not the fight we want.
And it's not the fight anybody's willing to put their money up for. I promise you that.
Yeah, I was just finna say that. Who really thinking about paying? Who really sitting up here thinking like, hey, that Ugas Spence fight, bro, I'll pay to see that. Like,
there's a certain few morons out there on the other side.
I'm not looking at that fight like I'll pay to see that. I'm not looking at Errol Spence. I'm not even looking at Errol Spence like he a fighter I'll pay to see anyway. You said what?
But dig though, you should want to see it though, because everybody think that this dude will go out there and smoke that boy. Errol will not go out there and smoke no Yadenius Ugas. I'm telling you, Errol gonna go way regular than what people gonna think. It's one of them fights that you just want to tune in to see how normal he looks, because he's not gonna knock him out. I can promise you that. And there's gonna be a lot of spots that where he will get outboxed in. That is a fact. So it's one of them fights that you want to tune in to see, like, what's so great about this 147 guy, and it just creates another narrative that I would love to live off of. So this is probably why you ducking Terrence Crawford, because shit, Lord knows I ain't getting no closer to the fight.
I was literally just thinking that.
What I was also thinking is like, this would be cool, Bud versus Ugas, and I was gonna ask the panel, why couldn't Bud like kind of do some political smart Shinzu type shit and maneuver and get him another belt like a WBA title, and kind of like put himself in a position to where it's like you can't avoid me now. You can't make the excuse of just this WBO shit. Now I got the WBA. Why isn't fighters being able to kind of swoop in like what I think Jamal Charlo should do? Fight Khalid Plant to get that IBF strap to put himself in line for the Canelo fight, but fighters aren't doing that. So why you think Bud didn't try to get that WBA strap, man? They blocking him out from that too?
Because he's a PBC. Because Ugas is a PBC fighter, and it's going to be a bidding war. And you know Bob Arum don't like to come out of his pocket right now for whatever reason. I don't know if it's internal, business wise. And for some reason, Bob don't want to be doing pay-per-views right now. So what's going to happen is Al Heyman's going to get in Ugas' ear and say, no, stay on this side of the street. We'll give you a few extra dollars. And that's what it is. Because I was thinking the same thing before. Just, hey, Top Rank, overpay for the belt. But even if he gets that belt, Spence is still going to come with the same bullshit of this 70-30. Same bullshit.
I just feel that shit was really calculated on the WBA's behalf and PBC. You know what I'm saying? I think they already knew what was going to happen. With Pacquiao, what's funny is that Pacquiao announced a week, like right after they took his belt, that he was going to be fighting and shit. And that's the thing. I don't understand. Well, I do understand because you can see the politics behind it right then and there. Like, okay, the man a week later was already saying that he's getting, he's training for a fight. So you guys can fucking wait? Of course not. They made the excuse, well, for inactivity, but yet they could have Keith Thurman with this shit for 2.5 fucking years. They can, you know what I'm saying? I mean, come on, man. All this strap shit, they turned the straps into political chess pieces so they could slowly maneuver themselves with that shit and the agenda that they got. That's all. I mean, that's how I see it, man. I mean, this is what
There's some under the table fugazi shit going on. You know that with that WBA and PBC. You know how it is.
That shit is
kind of like the same thing with the PBC and the WBC.
I heard was from Mikey Garcia. He wanted to be a 5-time champion, and now it looks like he's going to be fighting Pacquiao. Why couldn't Pacquiao still have that belt? It's literally been not even a month. Not even a month.
Exactly. And you know what's fucked up? Two Hands, he had mentioned, the fight and, Ugas, how competitive he is. But see, I want to really invest in that and believe in that. The thing is that I can't. You know why I can't? Because I know how these motherfuckers get down. And to me, the guys from PBC that hardly have a name, to me, those are lay down niggas. Those are dudes that are there to make it seem competitive, knowing how competitive they are. And they're not going to be competitive when it comes to that big fight because they got agendas, bro. They got signing bonuses to signing that fight. Now that, you know what I'm saying, like Ugas was the go-to guy. He was the guy that, okay, you're going to hold this title for Spence. When y'all fight, whatever, you want to give it your best, whatever, do what you got to do, but you're not winning. That's how I see it, man. Like it's not even about mob shit or anything like that. It's about what you're supposed to be doing. Do what you're told type shit. You know what I mean? Now that they signed with him. And I think that, if you really want to look at it, I mean, I hate doing this, but if you take a good look at when Ugas was going to leave PBC, then all of a sudden they was good. Do you think that all of that could have led up to the shit that's going on now? Of course. Ugas was probably on some competitive shit. Yo, I want to fucking leave. You guys ain't really giving me a shot. I'm not really earning nothing. And what happened? What happened? No, don't leave. We got you. And look, so he's probably going to get like $1.2 million or some shit, and probably like an extra $500,000-$700,000 just for making Spence Jr. look easy. I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you. I already seen PBC's tricks, bro. I'm tired of them motherfuckers, bro. If you take a good look at it, man, all of them.
Yeah, but even if he does fight Ugas, right?
Yeah.
The walls are closing in. I mean, what other bullshit can they pull to avoid bug cross? The walls are closing in. Are they going to throw him Thurman? Well, is that what they're really going to do? I mean, everybody's going to say Pacquiao just whooped the shit out of Thurman at 40 years old.
But these guys...
It's getting to this point where, I mean, you can't run too much longer. Your legs have to be tired, man.
Yeah, no doubt. But they're a bunch of cowards because, look, this is what they do. Look at Thurman. I ain't going to take no 1 million, no 2 million, but I ain't asking for 10. All right, so if they give you 8. Oh, I'm saying, shit, we could fight for free. So then fight for which one is it? You see, this is the game with PBC fighters. They'll use, Wilder did it too with Joshua. Joshua this, Joshua that. Just to stay relevant, knowing that his fucking fight selection was not fucking selling. And this was before COVID, son. This thing could not fill up a fucking seat. Now we got this shit going on now here, where you got a lot of guys from PBC mentioning So Crawford, but they won't take no type of offers. So let me guess. If let's just say call their bluff and give them 12 mil, I don't even think they'll take even that fight at that price. That's what I'm saying. They want to look good, they want to sound great, but they don't want to be great, bro. They don't want to go through all that shit, man. And if you take a good look at Teo's starting to be this way too, man, with this pick and choose shit he's talking now. I hope he's just taunting motherfuckers, but to me, man, he's sounding a lot like Danny Garcia once he got that WBC.
It's that money, bro. It's the money. It's the power. It's all of us. It's how your life just changed when they get them straps. It's like now you in control. Now you can dictate where the chess pieces go. Now you in more of a prime. You got more prime real estate to play with now versus what you used to. And I think it do go to some of these fighters' head. Like this dude, like Teofimo getting this Triller deal. Like I bet you after this, him getting that to fight Kambosos, he gonna start wanting that type of money, if not more, for his fights. He gonna start expecting that type of money, and it don't work like that, cuz.
But the thing with
that shit garbage.
But the thing is with Tio, at least Tio's got multiple options out there. Spence ain't got nothing out there except the fight that everybody wants. Tio's got Garcia, he's got Tank, he's got Haney. He can move up and be undisputed from the winner of Josh Taylor and Ramirez. I mean, he's got options. Spence ain't got shit.
Oh,
and then we're just
gonna options Spence got. What they'll do is they'll whip Keith Thurman back into shape, have him fight Keith Thurman after he fight Ugas or something like that. Then what they'll do is they will do a Sean Porter versus Errol Spence fucking 2 or some shit like that. I promise you, that's how they fucking work, man. That's how they work.
Then we got to keep pressure on that ass. Everybody got it. I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy. Eventually, the pressure is going to have to get to him, or the sales are going to have to go down. I don't know. Something's going to have to happen. Because if they do the scenario that you just said, I'm done with them completely. I mean, I'm a fan, so I watch all the fights. But shit, that might be the last straw for me as far as that side of the street goes.
Yo, it's like you gotta be like this, man. You gotta watch it, but understand what you're watching is nothing that you can quite honestly appreciate, and it's as to be expected. Because here's the deal: just like you say, just like the fighters don't know how to act when they get a taste of money. See, they don't went their whole life knowing how to be broke. Them motherfuckers don't know how to have 7 figures, you know what I'm saying, in their bank account. They ain't never experienced that before. That's a whole different level of ego tripping, especially when you're young and they still ain't really tasting no money yet. But all in all, what you see is what you're going to get. The business model isn't going to change unless somebody comes through and completely just wipes them niggas away, like completely gets them out of there and really revamps their whole business model. I don't see it happening. It is what it is, man. And unfortunately, motherfuckers just got to disconnect from it because it's just going to be a bitter pill that you just going to have to swallow. I'll just refuse to deal with the shit.
Well, right. Jay Abdullah said, Castano, Charlo, who y'all got?
What? Castano or Charlo?
Yeah, for Undisputed at 54.
Charlo.
It's like the fucking worst division ever right now. Charlo.
Well, Charlo. But I do want to cook on this, though. I do want to cook on this. I do want to cook on it.
Y'all, for 2-fight deal between Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua to unify the heavyweight titles. Let's go. Stephen A. Smith. Should Fury Joshua be the biggest matchup in all of combat sports?
Hell to the no. Hell to the no. Absolutely not. I like the fight. It's a big fight. I appreciate it because I think Anthony Joshua can box and punch, and we all know Fury is the best boxer in the heavyweight division. I don't think
he sounds like he LDBC.
He's the best boxer in the heavyweight division. But I question his punching power. Yeah, you can beat up people when you're 40 pounds heavier than them. That wouldn't be the case with Anthony Joshua, even though I question his chin. But we shall
drinking that spiked water.
That everybody should want is Terrence Crawford versus Errol Spence.
Preach.
Period. That is the fight everyone should want. That is the #1 desirable fight in all of combat sports. There is no other fight that anyone should want more than Terrence Crawford. And the only reason The momentum for that has died down, Max, is because Errol Spence got in that nasty car crash. So even though he came back to the ring, we needed to see that because he could have died. I mean, my Lord.
Watch how they U-turn with the narrative.
Beat the hell out of Danny Garcia, too, when he came back.
I understand it, but what the hell are we doing? What the hell are you doing driving like that?
Yeah.
I mean, he almost killed himself, okay?
Yeah.
And so even though you came back and you won and all of that other stuff, I needed to see that before I could even regain that momentum. Because you never know what kind of damage you could have incurred.
And Crawford can't get the other welterweights to fight him, so it stalled a little bit.
That's right. That's right. Promoters controlling the sport, that's the damn problem. They need to get over it. But anybody, let me be very clear. There is no fight out there that anyone should want more than Terrence. And don't get me wrong. I like the idea of Ryan Garcia versus Tank Gervonta Davis. Oh, yeah. I like that one. I like that one. I wanted to say, especially when Ryan Garcia came on my show, Stephen A's World, said he'd take Gervonta out in 2 rounds, and the only reason it wouldn't be 1 is because he wants to make him suffer just a little bit of entertainment. He don't want to make it that quick. That's what he said.
If Ryan or Tank hit you, you got to go.
The Tank
one of those guys.
Tank,
you got to go.
Listen, Tank gonna remember that. Tank gonna remember that. So we'll see. Okay, but in the end, despite that, nobody should want anything more in combat sports than Terrence Crawford versus Errol Spence. We are being robbed. We are being denied of one of the great fights in boxing history. It's a damn shame that we have to wait, and it's a damn shame we don't get to see Terrence Crawford more because this brother is special, and we need to see more of him.
And you don't want to wait till that expiration date is passed. Like,
what y'all think about that, fellas? Before I let the video go any further, what y'all think about that so far? What's up, Deuce? What you think about that so far?
It's a fucking narrative push because as soon as they started getting right on track with the right momentum in the conversation, they completely bombed on it with the whole bullshit that they just started talking. But hey, man.
What you think about it, Mo?
Yeah, I mean, it's as far as it being the biggest fight, is that the fight that we want to see? Yeah, that's the biggest fight in the U.S., but worldwide, that ain't shit. That ain't shit worldwide. AJ and Fury dominates that fight worldwide. But they are right. That's probably the biggest fight in the U.S. right now. I mean, Pacquiao Mayweather, took 5 years? Shit, we're already on 2.5, almost 3 with this motherfucker.
They both gonna be about 40 by the time they actually probably make that shit happen. But yeah, that's what they was pushing on ESPN First Take. It's more to it that they spoke on it. I'm gonna get to it in a second, but it was a lot that I didn't agree with Stephen A. Smith. Man, Stephen A. Smith is very PBC biased. Very.
Yeah, he sound a little too much like an LDBC narrative maker, man. Because I mean, he sounds so casual. Like he's like, he sound like he didn't even know. Yeah, he sound like he didn't even know what he's talking about. I mean, come on, bro. Tend to your headline before you tend to boxing, dog.
Yeah, what pissed me off was the whole thing of Deontay Wilder pulling Tyson Fury off the couch. And it's like, man, Wilder's team tried to cherry pick his ass because he was out the ring for 3 years.
Yep.
That's coming.
That's the truth. I literally just did a video on this 2 hours ago, man. I was heated. I saw this interview, man. I started losing it.
It's coming.
They went back out should have been the best 5 years. They waited way too long. And when you say in boxing history, that's not hyperbole, it's not an exaggeration. Almost never in the history of boxing or combat sports have you had 2 guys this evenly matched as Spence and Crawford.
No, they're not.
In their prime.
That's right.
Both in their best weight division.
And one each other, and the promoters holding them back.
Both with excellent defenses, offenses, speed, punching power, both undefeated, both with belts. It would be a unification fight. It almost never happens. Right. Almost never. In a 50-50 fight. That's right.
I'm glad they got that Max on boxing tag right there. Friday, 5 p.m. Eastern, ESPN2. Listen, go ahead.
Bob Arum I had on the radio show, Max Kellerman show, 2 p.m. Eastern on ESPN.
My buddy, yeah.
And I asked him, why isn't that fight being made? Money's not there yet. The way there is because the question is should. You're absolutely right to say should. But in terms of the actual fights that are being made, Fury and Joshua is number 1. Maybe
actual fights being made.
Yeah, maybe if Adesanya would have beaten Blachowicz at light heavy, and then John Jones, and then you have Adesanya.
Shut your dumb ass up, man.
And that would have been something. Fury and Joshua
too small for John Bones.
Probably.
That's why I don't
know for sure. Fury and Joshua at heavyweight.
What you saying, Deuce?
What you say, dude? Fuck with First Take, man. I just do not fuck with First Take. Them motherfuckers be lying to they motherfuckers. They be selling niggas bullshit, man.
Yep. And what I want to know is this: since when in the heavyweight division was a fighter too heavy to fight someone in a heavyweight division? Could you explain that to me, please?
That's what I wanted to cook on it.
Even though he gave up 40 pounds, man, if you don't shut your bitch ass up trying to push that
exactly
because that shit is a subconscious tattoo. That shit mentally sits in the back of people's brain, and it's a fucking argument they're gonna have. Well, you know, fucking Deontay Wilder gave up 40 pounds. Shut your bitch ass up, man.
Exactly, and it's like they forgot about Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson's coming 215, fighting guys that were like 255. Yeah, exactly. Like, come on, guy. I mean, listen, and they gave Stephen A. Smith a show. Oh my God! And Max Kellerman, he should be ashamed of himself.
Yeah, Stephen A. Smith is just pissed off because the whole fight week leading up to Wilder and Fury 2, Stephen A. Smith's doing First Take in a made up ring with a robe on and a pair of gloves, saying Deontay Wilder's gonna knock Fury back to the UK. So he's just bitter. He's bitter. He's pissed off, and he's lost his damn mind. Just like Teddy Atlas has told him, he's lost his damn mind.
Wait, and Fury is 6'9", 260 plus, and Anthony Joshua is 6'6", 250 plus.
That's the problem.
These two both have.
What'd you say, Deuce?
Never mind, my bad. Go ahead. I forgot it was rolling.
Claims to the title. Fury was the lineal champ, beat Vladimir Klitschko, but then he had all kinds of problems out of the ring. He went away. Anthony Joshua knocked Klitschko out and developed a consensus around him. But then Fury came back and beat Deontay Wilder, drew with him in a fight he should have won, and then beat the brakes off him in the rematch. Joshua loses his title against Ruiz, but beats Ruiz in the rematch. The winner of this fight has an undisputed, as in no one in the world can dispute the claim that they are the heavyweight champ. And while Fury will be favored, he's bigger, faster, slicker. You're right to point out Joshua can box. Joshua's an Olympic super heavyweight gold medalist. Joshua's got a deep resume, and he can punch.
He can punch.
This is the best fight that is being made in combat sports right now.
He can punch, but he lost to Andy Ruiz, who's pretty damn good. He's very good. Now, I don't like how he looked, but he's pretty damn good, okay? And I wish him nothing but the best because he could really, really fight. But let me say this to you. You know, we point this out. I got opposition, and I'm glad that I got them. Glad we're touching on this Max Kellerman because I actually want to come on Max and Boxing to talk to you about what I'm about to bring up.
Let's do it.
Here's my problem. I don't like the fact that this is a 2-fight deal. I don't believe. Now, if Tyson Fury were to lose to Anthony Joshua, I have no problem with the mandatory rematch. But I believe if Anthony Joshua, I'm saying if Anthony Joshua were to lose, I guess you can look at it that way. I believe that Deontay Wilder deserves the winner. Now, I have a problem, and I've spoken privately to Deontay Wilder about this. I'm not going to reveal all of that. But he and I had a conversation. I will tell you this. I have no problem with Tyson Fury sitting there and saying, I'm going to fight Joshua because it's a big fight. But I will say this on behalf of Deontay Wilder. When Tyson Fury was down in the dumps, and nothing was going on in his life, Deontay Wilder gave him that shot.
That's right.
All right? And it came to a draw. And then the second fight, he beat him up.
Man, listen.
Pounds heavier, all of this other stuff.
I'm going to get you. I got you, Jedi.
Deontay Wilder deserves the trilogy, but I have no problem with just suggesting he needs to wait.
He needs to beat someone else.
Right.
No one believes he's going to beat Fury in a rubber match.
But everyone believes one punch can take out Anthony Joshua.
Yep.
And I don't think that Deontay Wilder has to wait. If Anthony Joshua beats Tyson Fury,
then let's see Joshua and Fury.
And Wilder.
Well, here's the thing.
And Wilder, though. I think that Wilder should get the winner.
Now we can cook. Let's cook. Let's cook.
This is where he went wrong, right, with me, right? This is the shit that they do. So first he says, even though Anthony Joshua lost to Andy Ruiz, you know what I mean? But don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I like the kid, even though he got a bad, he just don't look the best. But the kid can fight. So is it a smite against him that he lost to Andy Ruiz, or are you giving them credit saying the boy can fight? Which one is it, Stephen A? You don't know. Stephen A don't know what he want to. He don't know where he want to land at. He don't know his hitman look, man. It's irritating listening to that bullshit. That's what's wrong with boxing right there. This is why boxing is going to fail time and time again. You talking about giving Deontay Wilder a fucking opportunity when it comes to the loser. He sound like he was speaking for Deontay. Deontay beat that shit in his head in a nice hour-long conversation. He kept Stephen A on the phone 30 minutes a little too long, man. Because that was 100% Deontay Wilder right there, man. Just take it for what it is, man. Boxing will never be straight when you got crooked motherfuckers like this talking about this shit.
Jedi, you was gonna say something. What was you finna cook on? I'm gonna get to you, Mo. I know you got that look like this motherfucker here.
I was gonna say that for him to actually like just come out and say, well, I'm gonna speak on behalf of Deontay Wilder. That alone shows the bias that he has, and no matter what, I mean, he, like I said, didn't I say he was LDBC? I think I said that, bro. I mean, look how he's going about this. Oh, I want to speak up for Wilder. He got Fury off the couch, which is a lie. And if he did do that, that was a bad cherry pick. That's the real reason why you picked him. So let's stop it.
That's exactly why I picked him. But how the hell can they give Wilder the automatic winner? Why don't he fight someone in his stable? Why don't you fight Ruiz after Ruiz fights his next guy? Why don't you fight? The only person Wilder's fought was Fury, and he got beat by him twice. So before he comes back and gets Joshua or Fury winner, why don't you try to get Dillian White or Povetkin, whoever wins that fight? Why don't you fight Ruiz? Fight someone else besides 44-year-old Ortiz, who damn near knocked your ass out in the first fight until the referee saved you, gave you 2-3 minutes in between the rounds. Why don't you beat someone before you come back talking about, oh, I want the winner of Fury and Joshua? Man, that shit's whack. And he did try to cherry pick him. And if it wasn't for Fury, Wilder wouldn't be known in the US like he is now. It was Fury's name off the back of what Fury did with Klitschko. That's what it was. They want to say that he helped out Fury, but when Wilder was 30, 33, 34 and something, he ducked Klitschko, and that fight would have been easy to make because he had Finkel representing both fighters. He didn't want that fight. He stayed away from Joshua. He had to fight Luis Ortiz twice. Why'd you fight him a second time? You knocked him out the first time. You had to get your get back. Get back on what? You know what I'm saying? So come back and beat someone, and then maybe you'll get the winner down the line at late 2022. Just maybe. But hopefully someone just knocks his ass out and gets him out of here. Because I'm tired of his shit.
It's amazing to me how a motherfucker can literally disappear for a whole motherfucking year and some change and then pop back up during the biggest
and I deserve the winner.
Probably heavyweight boxing history. Financially, monumentally speaking, like, it's just amazing to me how this motherfucker can just get inserted right in a conversation and nobody even bats an eye. Not a media article comes out and just smacks this shit down, fans it down in no way, shape, or form. It just really trips me out how this motherfucker really just disappears for over a whole year of complete inactivity. Last we saw him, he got washed, his water spiked, Power Ranger outfit started malfunctioning, all type of wild shit going down. But you can just pop back up in the most prominent conversation that heavyweight boxing has to offer. The undisputed heavyweight championship of the world with two credible fucking heavyweight fighters. Unlike yourself. It just never ceased to amaze. Now look, I gotta give credit where credit is due. It never ceased to amaze me how this motherfucker can just manage to elevate his motherfucking ass and the topics and the most relevant topics in boxing. Man, look, man. I'm done, man. I just don't know what else to say
because
about
it's the blind leading the blind. That's the issue.
It is. It's the blind leading the blind.
Wilder makes one phone call, and then that dude calls all of his other cronies, and we all know who they are. And then that narrative just spreads. Bullshit
like
at the bullshit at the bullshit. And you notice, hold on real quick. You notice after that second fight when Fury beat the brakes off him, right? All those channels are saying, well, it was a good fight. Wilder just didn't have it. Then a week later, all this shit came out. After the fight, everything was on the up and up. But a week later, someone put that phone call in. To the general. And then you started seeing that shit spread. And not only that, then they started reaching shit from the first fight with the floppy gloves. You know what I'm saying? That's all designed. That ain't like, everybody's spread out. That's all designed. Not everybody woke up the one day with an idea a week later after they just said, oh, well, Wilder was get his get back. He had an off night. Then a week later on the dot, everybody woke up and had the same exact idea and pushed the same narrative.
The even bigger issue is this. He was just complaining about the same individual was the one that possibly poisoned them, fucked them up, you know what I'm saying, put them in a bad situation when it came to the boxing match. But you had the same people who are ESPN who you said didn't even want to cover this whole fucking fiasco that you were trying to embed everybody in, this bullshit that you were caping for, this fake poisoning. And at the same time, they want you to fight the loser of whoever comes out of this situation. That loser could be Tyson Fury, but you're comfortable with that. These motherfuckers gotta be paying attention to what's going on, man. This shit is a joke, man. For real, man.
I'm glad you said that because what I was gonna say to the panel was, what was the bigger fight, Tyson Fury versus Deontay Wilder, or Chocolatito versus Estrada? Because when we saw some foolery with that Chocolatito and Estrada fight, they got on that shit. You heard about that suspension the next day. Now, the accusations against Tyson Fury is 10 times bigger than some judge basically calling some fugazi fight. So I think if it was as serious as they putting it out to be, I think the sanctioning bodies and everybody would have been on it a whole hell of a lot quicker than the people that decided they want to push the narrative and shoot that phone call and say, oh, Fury was cheating. He had egg weight in his glove and all that bullshit. And it's just like, why do you need to do all that?
No,
like you said, after the fight, it was good fight, better man won, all that, and then a week later, he got egg weights, floppy gloves, costume.
Yep. It was like someone set an alarm clock, bro. I'm telling you, they all hit it the same day. The whole day they hit it the same day. Now it's been over a year. And the shit is still coming, and it ain't gonna stop. And I get lost for words at some shit because I just can't believe it. It can't function in my brain. Some of the shit I hear from him.
That's why I'm on YouTube, Mo. For shit
crazy.
Like that.
Real gotta stick together. That's what I'm saying. That's why I pop in here. You know what I'm saying? I watch your content. I've been watching. I said, oh, I see the link. Let me click this link. These are real dudes. I'm gonna jump in with real dudes.
That's why you see Jedi. Jedi been doing it longer than me.
Man, I shouted out Jedi the other day on that other channel I just tuned into, that new media, the new media guy, the real hyper guy.
Yeah.
I saw Jedi in there. I was like, what up, Jedi? Because I check out Jedi too, chilling on his couch, smoking his blunts.
Yeah. So I'm just trying to kill that narrative, man. I mean, there's still more that was said that I want to put on there, but it's the narrative. It's the narrative that they push, and it's not even about the best fighting the best and these fighters really getting in the ring and fighting each other. It's all these smoke and mirrors, unnecessary bullshit politics. That's why it had hit me, because I ain't even gonna flex. I'm just sitting here chilling with my kids, and it just hit me when I seen Tank Davis fighting Mario Barrios at 140, and I'm like, how he could just get up a fight like that And then Ryan Garcia talking about fighting Manny Pacquiao 47, and we entertaining it like, oh shit, Ryan going to, like it's really big. And I'm like, how Ryan could just say that, and then all of a sudden it's like it's cool, like it's no problem, it's no issue.
Yeah, Ryan Garcia said, I'm either fighting Pacquiao or Davis.
And it's cool. It's no. Ryan ain't got to do shit at 47. He don't got nothing.
Well, then his bum ass is retired because neither one of them fights is happening. So you might as well get back on Instagram, taking your shirt off because you ain't fighting if those are the only 2 fights that you want. It ain't happening.
My thing is, why ain't the world cussing Ryan Garcia out? Or why ain't there a bunch of videos cussing Ryan Garcia out, calling them a duck for being a mandatory for Devin Haney title? But nobody say nothing about that. But everybody quick to call the boy email champion, though. See, that's what I'm saying. Boxing... It goes around in 4 droves in boxing, man. It's weird shit all over the place, man.
Yeah, since when has it been cool that you get into a mandatory position and you just say fuck it? I don't want that fight.
It's okay though. Yeah. You say F it and you get up. It's cool. It's all right, guys, bro. It's good. Go ahead.
I want to say Devin for last. If every dude that got a belt, they say we want to fight this dude last. What does that mean? Like I know what it sounds like, man. But at the end of the day, like we gotta start calling these dudes for what they are because people favor these dudes, man. They really do, and they won't talk about it, man, because it don't look good. I don't know if it don't look good for their audiences or whatever it may be. I don't care what it look like on my end. I piss people off on a daily basis and get a real good kick out of it too, because the truth ain't meant to be friendly. You know what I'm saying?
So I'm trying to get there with you.
I tell motherfuckers how it is. Ryan Garcia's a motherfucking duck, and stop giving this nigga a pass like this nigga's King Kong because he beat Luke Campbell. Like
I said that earlier, bro. I said he's sitting there capping at 35 because he beat who? Yeah. Luke Campbell. Not Nakatani, Luke Campbell, Comey. Not like he beat successions of dudes. I beat Luke Campbell. Y'all better respect me. And now he throwing a tantrum. All on Mike Tyson, all over. I beat Luke Campbell. Luke Campbell.
And now they're gonna try to give Haney some heat for fighting Linares, and Linares beat Campbell. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's just
that's the biggest issue, right? They'll try to spin it like the whole time. They'll create this whole web. And they'll try to construct all this little devious, you know what I'm saying, all these little devious fanboy-ass conversations and shit that's surrounding one person that they really trying to keep away from. Like the motherfucker got the boxing game cooties or some shit like that. Like, you know, it's got to be fair. It's got to be something. People don't really look at it for what it is, though. They think it's really something wrong with bruh or something wrong with whoever that they always consistently talking about. And you know the nigga ain't really, you know the nigga didn't do nothing. In certain fighters' cases. So my whole thing is like, niggas gotta be honest, man. Niggas gotta be honest and start calling dudes out. Cause they try to make that shit look a certain way for a certain reason. They try to build a fucking wall up to have niggas arguing about certain people that they don't want to see you in the ring with, while this dude skate, grab a belt, jump to another division, then run in another direction, pulling full 360s and 180s, doing fucking gymnastics moves over the fucking whole division he's supposed to fight in. He don't even want to fight dude. After you get an interim, I've never seen a dude get an interim WBC belt at 135 and say, I want to go fight a guy at 130. Who does that? And since when does boxing condone that? That's how I know boxing's soft right now. And niggas can't tell me no different. Because when you see shit like that and you don't say nothing, boxing is soft.
Right. And Teofimo talking about how they everybody was capping for Tio, talking about Teofimo finna bring boxing back to how it was and the old school way until they got that Triller money. Got that Triller money.
The crazy thing is the Triller money ain't even that great. Because you know what I'm saying? Like he only going to bust down a little over $3 million. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like he came out like monster on top. That fight wasn't, that money, man, he ain't getting nowhere near what he wanted to get from that shit. Now, did he come out on top? Yes. Betting on himself, it did work for him. And it actually came out, he benefited more from it, from the fact that Bob Aramole ass trying to play a gangster behind the scenes, reaching out to people, trying, you know what I'm saying, tampering and shit like that. So he really could weasel out of his contract, made an extra 3 point whatever and some change, almost $4 million, take his ass over the zone and just get into a whole new contract and just set some whole new shit off. So it happened to work out for Teofimo. But the great money that niggas think he getting over there, like, yo, this nigga's fighting with Ben Askren and Jake Paul and niggas like that. That shit is a fucking joke, man. But
you know what? Out of all them 130, 135 pounders, I have to give Tio a little bit of credit.
No,
even though Eddie Hearn offered him more money than that $3-4 million he's getting from Triller to fight Haney, Tio had to go through Nakatani, Comey, and then Lomachenko. So give him an easier fight for some decent bread, and then bring your ass over to the zone and fight Haney for the most money that you would ever get. Because Eddie Hearn already said $7 million is doable to fight Haney.
Nah,
I heard him say that.
Hearn said 10 million. He asked for 10 million. Hearn said he could do that, but he didn't want to breach the contract because he already knew the situation with Bob Merriman and everything. These niggas trying to hush and put cameras down and weird shit like that. Now, my only problem with Teofimo is this. You know, nobody thought nothing of Nagatani before, you know what I'm saying, when Teofimo first fought him, everybody said, oh, he struggled with him. He looked normal. You know, when I try to give him credit for the fight and shit like that. Now, all of a sudden, Nagatani is God. You know, same shit with Richard Coleman. Now, I always thought Richard Coleman was a good fighter. I'm not now. All of them are respectable. But at the end of the day, when you go in your fucking pros conference, after you just win the titles against Lomachenko, and you say you have no problem fighting the email champion next, and you don't do that, and then your father sitting up there talking all of this wild nut ass shit on my channel, but it's completely the opposite of what you saying. That's where I'm starting to like, yo, you look funny. Not when it come to your resume, not when it looked like when it came to what you've done, but when it come to that dude, you starting to look real fishy when it come to that dude. I'm not giving it, man. Look, when you say it out your own mouth, I can't give you a pass for it, man.
Well, I think on this one, the real answers are gonna come after this Kambosos fight. If he tries to pull some more slick shit after the Kambosos fight,
then
we on his ass then. But three bangers in a row. Go get your little scratch from Triller, and then I want to see you back in another real one.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Got you.
He got a good 3 point whatever to knock this dude out in like 3 to 5 rounds, if that. It might end at 1 or 2. Go home, 3 million and some change richer, count it up, and get ready for whatever this situation with his legal team going to be with Bob.
Kambosos' last fight against Selby, man, he showed him to be a little bit of a dog. I mean, I still think Tio takes care of him easy, but I don't think it's going to be no Canelo or Yildirim type of deal. I think it's going to be like mid rounds, 8, 9, and get him out of there. I mean, Kambosos is undefeated, and he went to war.
We don't want to underestimate Kambosos, but I still think Kambosos is going to lose.
Oh yeah. I think it's gonna be like 8 or 9. He'll be out of there. But
split decisions against Lee Selby, man. Stop it, man. This nigga is never great, man.
But it showed that he was a dog, though. He fought. That was a scrap. I
don't know. I don't know what certain people. I don't know. I get it. If we can give, I don't know. I'll give credit, but I don't.
We gotta see fight night. But I want us to cook on this real quick before I go, because it's about to be nap time, and I do want us to cook on this one little part before I get up out of here real quick. We gotta cook on this.
And we got Better BF fighting right now. 9th round.
Yes, sir.
You get step aside money when you're next. Deontay Wilder has to be getting paid to step aside, and when you get step aside money when you're next with a contract, it ain't $100,000. It's $5-10 million. Right. So Deontay's getting money just for waiting.
Right.
And believe me, if there's demand for Joshua Wilder, if Joshua were to beat Fury,
right,
there's always step aside money you can make.
I understand. Fight. All I'm saying is let's not act like people are treating Wilder like he's down and out. The man lost one fight. And by the way, we've seen people lose considerably worse. Now he got mauled, he got beat up because he was fighting a guy 40 pounds heavier that used the weight. I'm saying that used the weight to his advantage. All I'm trying to say is that wait a minute, we've seen people lose worse than Deontay Wilder lost, even though that was a bad loss.
Deontay has to, the way he got beaten by Fury in the rematch, he's gonna have to reestablish himself with a big win first.
You don't need to do it. Let me just say, if Anthony Joshua wins, Deontay Wilder
that's a different story.
That fight.
Joshua Wilder would be a mega fight.
That's right.
Yeah.
Now, what's funny to me is you want Wilder to fight Joshua if he beat Fury, but you don't want Wilder to fight Fury if Fury beat Joshua because you thinking you banking on Wilder hitting Joshua with that one punch, and you feel that Joshua is more susceptible, which in some instances he is more susceptible to getting caught with the right hand than Tyson Fury. So you don't think AJ is gonna maul him or put the pressure. He think Joshua is gonna stand right in front of him and be there for the right hand. But he don't want Wilder to fight Fury if Fury win though.
Yeah, because he's thinking that well, actually, I don't know if he's thinking in terms of a fan or of a businessman. Because I think what he was saying earlier in that interview that nobody wants to see that third fight. According to Max, he demolished him for 2 fights, and who cares to see the third fight? That's what I'm getting at. I mean,
so and then with all of the stuff about the contract being over, and he running that narrative, but as we all just heard, and of course Stephen A. If it wasn't true, Stephen A. Since he's on speed dial with Wilder, I'm sure he would have attested that was false information. So it's evident that Wilder is getting some step aside money. He getting some tickets. And yet still his fan base ain't putting that out there. His fan base, I'm sure some of y'all don't really know that, but Wilder getting something for this fight to happen.
Man, fuck Wilder.
And I don't understand how could he get something? How could he get something? There's 2 narratives going on right now. One narrative is he's in mediation. The other narrative is that the contract expired. And we don't have a definition on either one. In my eyes, Bob Arum, Eddie Hearn, MTK Global, Robert Davis, Tyson Fury's attorney, all of those people, they got powerful attorneys. You think that they would negotiate the biggest fight in boxing, knowing
and Tyson
that
got too many hands in the pot. He got Frank Warren, just what you said. He got Frank Warren, MTK Global, Bob Arum. Who else he got? He got, and I think somebody else. He got one more other person. He got to pay all them other motherfuckers, like 4 other people.
Yeah, but all them other people got high-powered attorneys. You think all them high-powered attorneys would let Tyson Fury negotiate the biggest fight of his career, knowing that he's still under contract with Wilder? Hell no, man. That shit is long gone. That shit has been gone.
And Fury already talking about he not training and shit. And at first I thought he was just jawsing, but no, he's serious. Like everybody was like, you think he just he really not. He really not doing nothing. He not saying that to bullshit y'all. He's serious. He really he told you, like, when I first fought Wilder, I did all this training, I did all this, fought him again, did all this, now I'm just trying to relax, I'm trying to chill.
Yeah, but DT3
not doing nothing, bro.
Yo,
nothing.
DT Friday night when Fury did those interviews at that MTK Global event. Yeah. When his stablemate Isaac Lowe was fighting, who was there with him? Do you know?
No, I don't know.
George Lockhart, his nutritionist. He said he's been there for 6 weeks. You think George Lockhart would let him sit there and drink 12, 15 pints of lager?
I don't think he doing that. I don't think he drinking 2 pints of lager. But I don't think he in the gym. I don't think he training, hitting the mids. I don't think he doing like no running. I don't think he doing nothing. I think he's just chilling.
Fury's been known to double bluff, and Fury's been known to be pissed off 1 minute, happy the next. So it's kind of tough to take what comes out of his mouth serious. But when he got an American nutritionist that he used the whole second camp for Wilder at his house, I got to think something's going on. And that was a Friday night. the next day, Saturday, it was announced that the contracts were signed. So,
man, we'll see when the fight happens because Fury he does not look enthusiastic about this fight. He looked hella lackluster. He don't look like when the Wilder fight was announced, we were seeing all the memes with Wilder and Fury in the car together and Joshua chasing them and all that shit. Like you saw all kinds of shit when Fury and Wilder signed. But now you hearing this Joshua Fury sign, it ain't the same energy. It ain't the same shit talking. He ain't talking shit about, well, Wilder, you had your chance, you let the contract expire, not like none of that. But when he got the fight with Wilder, he was talking all kinds of shit about to AJ. Hey, AJ, you had your chance. He sent you the contract, blah, 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 blah. Talk hella shit. But he don't got that same energy towards Wilder. He don't got that same energy. He don't got it. So, I'm not really sold on it, personally. I mean, it's something that we'll wait to see. You know, it's still there. There's still room for improvement there. When our Better Bees fight was back and forth. I didn't get to see Better Beef. I'm finna go watch that after the stream because it's actually my baby's nap time. So I'm finna. It's
actually like the 10th, 11th round right now. It's almost over. Okay. But yo, DT, I'm gonna drop this. I'm gonna drop this link in the YouTube of that interview that I was just telling you and your audience about.
Right.
And you guys can listen to it for yourself. I mean, it is what it is, you know, copy and paste it. And like I said, I don't think this dude would be bullshitting. I think Fury was just pissed off that night when he was doing that interview.
We shall see, man. And if you haven't subscribed, go subscribe to the man channel, man. Tell them about your channel, man. Tell them where to go, man. Tell the people about you.
Hey, man, everybody out there, first of all, I hope everybody's doing well. I hope everybody is safe. That's the most important. But when you got some time, come over here and check me out at Moore's house. It's all boxing and a true fan, a real fan that's going to give you my truth, no bullshit, no BS. And I don't follow anybody else's narrative. I like to be on my own path. So come check me out at Moore's house. Once in a while, you catch me on a couple other places, and maybe you'll see me here more often.
It's you better come here more often. You're welcome here, bro. You don't be no stranger.
Yeah,
I
man.
Appreciate that, Mo. You come by. You come visit, brother.
All right, brother. I appreciate it, and I appreciate everybody out there. And I hope y'all be safe and like and subscribe to this man right here. He's doing his thing.
It is what it is, man. We do what we do, man. All right, y'all. We out. It's nap time. I'll let y'all.
Be good.